I don't know if you could tell, but today is hot AF. Just finished a ruck. Let me tell you the most important part of your carry as a prepared citizen, or maybe even part of your EDC that I know you're missing. But let me go get a drink and I'll take y'all in the back. One of the most important aspects of my carry prep that I have that you may be missing is a plate carrier. I've just ordered my second one because this one doesn't have some features that I'm looking for. But if you're looking for a good beginner plate carrier, let me just give you a few key tips. First, what is a plate carrier? A plate carrier is exactly what it sounds like. It's a high durability vest or a piece of material that can carry sappy plates or fabric armored plates or whatever you get from your favorite company. Purpose being is that it can absorb different types of rounds depend on the armor level that you have so that it can try to keep you in a fight. They're good for active shooters. They're good for shit hits the fan situations. They're good to train with. They're good to just carry different weight when you're on a ruck or whatever. But there's a lot of different reasons why you may want to have one. Mine is from Eagle Industries. Mine specifically is probably about 10 years old. These were actually worn by our troops in Afghanistan. I wore one exactly like this. I got this from an Army Navy surplus store 10 years ago. I wore one just like this, same national stock number and everything as I was in the Marine Corps. And the thing about this is I like how modular it is. It's by Eagle Industries. This is made in America. Crazy good lifetime warranty. But there's some things about it I'm missing. I want to push to talk feature here so I can quickly add a radio accessory and keep my radio somewhere else. I want a more comfortable shoulder pads. This one was so uncomfortable over the years, I ended up wrapping it in duct tape. There's a few other things that I'm missing that comes in with some of the higher speed, low drag plate carriers of today. But at a minimum, get you one. Not a lot of people have chest rigs. Those are cool. A lot of people like to wear bandit ears and cummerbunds and all that type of stuff. Those are all right. But I like a whole plate carrier because you can rig it out with actual armor inside of it. So you find yourself wanting to get some actual armor to put on your plate carrier. This one is level 3 plus armor. This is from Spartan Armory Systems. I've had this one for 4 years. I have stuff from Premier Body Armor, but this is able to take the hit of a 5.56 level 3 plus armor front and back on this. Now I do have the option to get side sappies, but I don't have it on this specific loadout. But if you are trying to respond to an issue, if you want to keep something like this in your truck, keeping something like this in your house, and there's some stuff going down and you're trying to get home to your family, that's when something like this can become critical. And so I'll just talk about what I keep on mine specifically. So right now, because this is more focused towards rucking than going all out, you can get like a three magazine holder on the front of this if you want to. That's how I used to have this loaded out. Mine now has a phone holder on the front that can hold 2 cell phones inside. So this is where I normally keep my phones when I'm rucking. Next to it, this is a mosquito repellent by Nicor. This thing is fantastic. This thing will keep, if once you turn it on, it gets warmed up. And sometimes I take a break during a ruck or whatever. This thing can produce an area up to 10 feet or 16 feet, which repels mosquitoes, which is great when I'm on a longer ruck. Next to that is pepper gel. Pepper gel comes in handy because I don't necessarily want to carry my AR when I'm on a ruck or something like that. So I can carry some pepper gel. This one it says it just expired April of 2025. So I'm actually contacting the manufacturer to see if this is a best buy date or is it true expiration date. How effective is this going to be? If need be, I will replace this. Underneath that, I normally do keep a knife. It's normally a fixed blade knife. There are bobcats and there are foxes on my trail whenever I'm rucking. This one is by Montana Knife Company. This is their Task Force 24. Great knife. Probably can get way more use case out of this. It is just sitting on my plate carrier, but I recommend you can keep a knife in your pocket. But if you get into it with an animal or something on the trail, or if you're using this for fight purposes, it's a lot easier to fight with a fixed blade than it is with a folding knife that it can accidentally clamp down on your fingers. So that is just something I prefer to do. If you do that, also don't go with Alti clips. Don't zip tie it to your rig. It makes it much more likely it doesn't go anywhere when the fight starts to go down. So you can get all sorts of stuff added to these things. You can do radios and all that good stuff as well. Up here at the top right, whatever flashlight I'm currently testing out is normally what I put here. So right now, this is the Phoenix PD36R Pro. I'm not testing this out. I've used this for a long time, but I just got done testing out the new Olight Warrior 4X. That thing's pretty cool. but it doesn't really work for my rucking situation. It gets way too hot, way too fast. And I just got done testing out the Olight or the Streamlight Mega Stream. Both of those are pretty cool, but I'm back on my Phoenix when it comes to my rucking situation. Now, these things come in multiple colors, multiple sizes, whatever you do. My recommendation, you can get it from an Army Navy surplus store. But one thing about it is whatever company that you buy. So if let's say you go to an Army Navy surplus store, you see something from a company, you see something from Spark or Eagle Industries or from Premier Body Armor, from whoever, make sure whatever label you see on the inside of that, they have some type of warranty. And then you can contact the company and see, do they warranty the product or do they warranty the purchaser? A lot of these are made of 500D nylon. And so if you have anything unraveling, if you have anything coming loose and you buy from an Army Navy surplus store, you may be able to send it in and get it warranted. But if they only warranty the purchaser, then you're going to be SOL if you're going to be picking up one of these and you're just going to have to take it as is. Now, here's the thing. Even if you have a good plate carrier or something like that, one tradition that we Marines took from World War II is a field watch, having a dependable, reliable field watch instead of a smart watch. And that's why I bring you to today's video sponsor, which is Veer and their S3 field white watch, the calendar version. This is why I think you need a field watch. First off, if you have a smart watch, I don't care if you have an Apple, a Google, or if you have a Phoenix by Garmin, at some point you will be tethered to power. You will not have to worry about recharging these things with a power outlet. The most you will ever have to do is to use the sun. This one particularly is a quartz movement. This is going to reserve, has a fantastic battery operated time. Use these things forever. It comes with 2 watch straps. The thing is this is more likely to save your life out in the field than a smartwatch ever could. I could use this to figure out, navigate which way is south. I can break this and I could use this and turn it into a knife. If I wanted to put a leather strap on this, I could use this to strap a knife. So much more things that can be done with a field watch versus a smartwatch. And Bear is one of those companies that's a micro brand making a lot of stuff of high quality at affordable prices. If you told me that you can get all the features of this bad boy here with a fantastic quartz movement, if it came through with just very good looking 2 watch straps, sapphire crystal glass, 2-year waterproof guarantee, and you're getting this for at or below $200, I dare you to find another watch that does it, because you're not going to get that from some of their competitors, not with these particular specs. Lockdown, screw down, crown, the whole 9 yards. Check the link down below and see if you can get the best pricing on this watch, because I'm telling you, you will be a big fan of it. And at the end of the day, when you're rucking or when you're rocking out, or you're at the range or you're shooting with your buddies, it looks a lot more sophisticated to have a field watch on your wrist than it does a smartwatch any day of the week. New for one of these, especially if you want one that already has the cummerbund with the side plates, these things can range anywhere from like $139 to $500. That's no sappy plates. You can get some that already have sappy plates. You can get some that have one sappy plate in the front, not one in the back. There's all sorts of packages. I'll link up my favorite ones down below right now, which are coming from Premier Body Armor. Matter of fact, I'll just link up what I just purchased from Premier Body Armor. But whatever you have, okay, I'm glad you got your ARs. I'm glad you got your AR styled pistols. I'm glad you got your Glocks. But if you want to stay in the fight, maybe think about keeping one of these in the truck or keeping one of these in your house just in case. Comment down below. Do you have a plate carrier? All the things that's been going on. We just got done with that 12-day conflict with Israel and Iran. That just made me want to re-up my whole thought process when it comes to being a prepared citizen. So we can talk about that as well. If this is your first time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.